Hi guys, it's Evie here. I am here with my July wrap. I only have 3 books to review and I just continued one book as well. I know I said I will take 3 books on holiday and read those, but I only managed to read one and I had a bit too much fun on holiday, but spent a lot of time with family and yeah, I saved with 1 book, so it was quite, it was as I landed the airplane, I finished the last page, so, I was like, I'm counting that I'm still on holiday, until that very last moment. Anyway, I'll go through some of the books that I went through, well, all of the books that I went through in July. First one is Emma by Jane Austen. Now, my personal goal of this year is that I'm going to read all of the Jane Austen books. So I've done Pride and Prejudice and Persuasion. Then I read this, Emma. I really, really didn't like it. Emma is so silly and so spoiled and selfish, and I just found her a bit self-serving. She claims to be matchmaking for people, but actually she doesn't really do any matchmaking, and it is, for me, I get the impression that it's only because that she wants to feel good about herself. She hurts people unnecessarily without a thought, and so I found that quite disappointing that she's like that. I watched the film Clueless. Clueless is loosely based on loosely retelling of Emma, and I like the lead character in that film, Cher. She's a bit spoiled and she's a bit British, but you can tell that she genuinely does care these people, and it just sometimes the way she tries to help and what she does, it backfires a bit. But you feel genuinely that she wants to help, that she does want to try and make a difference. And it's maybe because how she was spoiled in her upbringing, but I just didn't feel that with Emma. So she just came across quite irritating and quite selfish and quite self-serving. So yeah, not a great start to July. Anyway, next one is Alex in Wonderland by Simon James Green. Now, this is a YA book, and Alex is a 16-year-old and he is gay. He's awkward, he's socially awkward, and he feels like he's always falling in love with the wrong person, so they're either usually not gay as well, or they're already with someone. He has a stepmom who says you need to earn your keep, you need to go and earn some money for the household, so he goes and finds a job in a theme park called Wonderland, and it's the adventures kind of go from there. He meets people, and then there's a sort of like a mystery that you need to solve, and it's really funny, it's really easy to read. You love Alex. He's awkward, and I feel I've seen myself in there, back at my school days and my college days, where you're just quite nerdy. You're trying to do as best as you can, you're trying to fit in, you're trying to make friends, and all the while, there's boy trouble as well. And sometimes it just backfires, sometimes it doesn't work out, try as you might, and you beat yourself up about it, or you find that you're uncool, that you're trying to be to fit in with people, and it doesn't work. And I remember how difficult it was, and how awkward I felt. And there's a great line in here, own the awkward, just embrace it. Sometimes it doesn't work out as you want it to, but just embrace it, enjoy it. You're young. This is the stage where you can afford to make mistakes. You are here to explore, and everyone else is kind of in the same boat. No one's going to be perfect. Just go with it. And I love it. I really liked it. It's really enjoyable. Made me laugh out loud, and yeah, it's a really, really good read. So give that a try if that's kind of your thing. Next book is Unnatural Causes by Dr. Richard Shepherd. He's quite a famous pathologist, and you might recognise him if I showed you the picture. And he is, I saw him on these TV series, where it talks about these celebrities and their death, and it's kind of like their autopsy, if you like. And he's quite good at delivering on camera. It's really interesting, and it's he's very intelligent, and but it doesn't come across as intimidating at all. Sadly, I discontinued this at around about page 70 something, I think. My usual rule is that I should give them 100 pages, and if by then I don't like it, then I will stop. But I was running out of time, going on holiday, and I thought, 70 pages is enough. I want to try a chapter, and I've got so many books that I want to try, I want to read. 70 pages is quite a lot, so but it's maybe it's starting off really slow. He talks about why he got into pathology, so the circumstance, like his family circumstance, I won't spoil it for you, about how he became a pathologist, decisions that he had to make, his difficult relationship with his father, his difficulty in his bringing up his own family, and I just got a bit bored, really. Maybe, I don't know. I was willing it to be interesting. I was willing it to go into some of the cases, and it might pick up. But 70 pages on, I just thought, no, I'm going to put this down. I don't know if I'll pick it up. But if some of you say that you've read it and I should continue reading it, it's worth a read, do let me know. But yeah, for now I'm just going to park that. Then my last one, which is also my holiday read, was The Secret Barrister, Stories of the Law and How It's Broken. He's a criminal barrister, and he tells you about how difficult it is with the criminal justice system, and it's quite interesting because when we studied law, the tutor said criminal law is the most sexiest law, but also you don't get any money in it, and he pretty much confirms that. He's like, well, if you put in all the hours and divide by the money that you actually get, and take away all the other costs as well, you're probably earning less than minimum wage. And other things like how difficult it with delays, and I suppose poor training maybe with this Crown Prosecution Service, the delays in obtaining witnesses and the quality of obtaining evidence, the delays in trials, the lack of funding, the lack of training. He talks about how he finds, there's certain incompetencies, is that right? With every pretty much aspect. So you've got the Crown Prosecution Service, you've got the prison officers, you've got the police officers, maybe that's lack of education, maybe it's lack of funding, but these things happen, and could be the detriment to the victim or the defendant, depending on how you see things. There's lack of compensation for defendants who are acquitted because of miscarriage of justice. He still loves the work. So because with criminal law, if you lose your case, that person could lose their livelihood. They lose their job. They could run up debts in having to fork out money for solicitors. They might have to sell their house. If they have a tenancy agreement, they would lose that tenancy if they go to prison. They could lose their family. It's a huge life-changing experiences that they're going through. He also talks about where him and a senior barrister acted for a defendant, and although the defendant didn't say so, they got a feeling that he was guilty, and they argued really, really well, and they tore the witnesses apart. Apart. The victims are classified as witnesses, and it was they were tearing apart the witnesses' statements. That unsettled me quite a lot, actually. His point of view is that in our eyes, the same evidence, same witness statements is available to both the prosecution and the defence, and it's up to both sides to argue and pick apart the evidence and enlighten any doubt, any discrepancies, and then it goes to the jury's decision to determine whether that person is guilty or not guilty. So he relinquishes any guilt in that part. His defendant was found not guilty, even though both him and the senior barrister had a gut feeling that he was guilty. I myself, if I had that feeling, I don't think I would be comfortable in still acting for that person, or I would really, really struggle. Although the Solicitor's Code of Practice says that only if the defendant discloses to you that they are guilty, you cannot continue to act to claim their innocence. So that kind of makes sense, because then you're kind of perjuring yourself. You're kind of lying to the court yourself. Okay, so that can't happen. But if the person remains that he is innocent and they're your client, you have to do diligence and continue to act for them despite your gut feeling. And I don't think that will sit well with me. But I can see his point too. It is actually quite a fair comment. Everyone's got the same evidence, same documents, same witness statements. We're party to the same trial. It's all on the table, and it's about really who argues are more stronger, I suppose. But it's a really, really good read. It's really, really interesting. I think he's quite funny. Makes a really good read. I took a long time reading this, not because of the book. It was because I was on holiday and I was just enjoying myself a bit too much. So too much cake, too much wine, too much family time, and yeah. But anyway, it was really, really good. I do recommend that. So that is my July wrapper. I am currently reading Mansfield Park. I'm about halfway through it. Yeah. I'm much liking this compared to Emma, so yeah, that's a relief. And then, so let me know what your thoughts are. Have you read any of these? If you've read Unnatural Causes, what do you think? Do you think I should continue to read it, give it another go? If you like this video, just give me a thumbs up, let me know. and see you to the next video. Bye.